There's a few things I want to go over as far as Florida Virtual is concerned. So let's get right to it. When kids go into a module, now this is one class in particular. I have 4 classes. They're each at different points in the module, in the lessons. So not every class is where this student is, but what I want to cover in this video is how to turn in assignments on Florida Virtual. Number 1, kids need to get familiar with the entire module. And so they need to scroll down. For example, if I look at this here, it looks like a picture, but it's actually a virtual book. And so a lot of the times kids will just see the picture and they'll think, oh, it's just a JPEG, and they miss key information that they need in order to complete the module. Once I'm done, I move with these carrots here, and it'll take me to the next part of the lesson by taking me to the next flashcard. And so now that I've read the story, I can answer my questions. Submit, and it'll tell me whether I'm in the right track. And I keep working. What I'm doing to simplify things like this is I am preloading. That means that before they get into Florida Virtual, they know what they're going to cover. They know what they're going to see. Again, this is one student for one class. Each student in different classes is at different places. But again, the purpose of this video is how do you turn in assignments and how do you navigate through the modules. And so if you notice, most of the instructions are going to be up here, and then you work through the module. So I am a big advocate of clicking on things, learning about things, scrolling down, making sure that I work my way through everything. Even right here, okay, it's just giving me the definition. Now I can move on. Here's where I'm seeing the issue. And again, this is one student for one class, but Florida Virtual will have this for all classes, all sections. So in this instance, if you look, the directions are up here. It says you've already learned about the difference between a short story and a novel. You have read a short story. Now it's time to look at the chapter from a novel. A chapter is a length of a short story but contains only a small section of the story. And then it says, as you read, use this as I read graphic organizer to organize and hold your thinking. Obviously, they want us to click on this, fill it out, and turn it in at the end of the module. So I'm going to click. What pops up is a PDF file. I cannot write on a PDF file no matter how hard I try. There's nothing I can do that will put text in this PDF file. This is where I lose a lot of students. This PDF file is particular to this lesson, but in all my other sections, kids are going to have to do something like this. They're going to have access to a PDF file, and then they're going to have to fill it out. How do you fill it out when you can't write on a PDF file? If I click here on save, it'll automatically save it to my downloads folder. This is a Mac. A PC is very similar. You're going to see a bar come across the bottom with the file you just downloaded. I can click on the file, and now I can start to type my answers. Right? But this document is on the downloads. I don't want it in my downloads folder. I want to move it to my OneDrive or somewhere where I know I can get to it quickly. In a PC, you'll have the option save as. Right here, I don't have that option. I just have move to, and I want to move it to my OneDrive. So I click on OneDrive and I move it there. And see, since I've already done this before with the class, it's asking me, do I want to replace it? I'm going to say yes for purposes of this training, and there it is. Why is that important? Because now, once I go back to my module and I finish, right, I don't need this anymore. I read this story. Here's another thing. Kids could not find this story. So what do? It's an interactive book. You flip the pages, you answer the questions. All right. Then I finish my module here. I click on arrows to make sure I'm not missing anything of importance. And right here, it's telling me what I need to turn in. I know I need to turn in my graphic organizer. And there's another thing. So again, most of the directions are going to be up here. Always. And kids, what they tend to do is they ignore what's up top and they just scroll because they're in a rush to finish things. Always read what's up here, because 9 out of 10 times, all your questions are going to be answered up here. To show what you've learned, you will submit a completed graphic organizer as well as a topic sentence identifying the theme of the chapter you read. Again, this is specific to one class, but the process and the steps are going to help all of my sections. Okay, now I know what I had to turn in, not a problem. I'm going to go back. Here is where I'm going to turn in my notes. There's two things I can do. I can upload my graphic organizer here, or I can do what this student did, which is just write my answers down and submit. And here is the second part of what they asked me to do, which is tell me what the theme of War of the Worlds is and submit. Now, because this one is still allowing me to resubmit my work, let's just say you wanted to attach something. So for purposes of this video, let's say you wanted to attach your graphic organizer to this work. You can click on the plus sign and attach file. I'm going to choose the file that I want. And again, I'm going to go to OneDrive because that's where I know that it's saved. Not cloud, I'm sorry, OneDrive. There we go. And here it is. You see, so there's a couple things that your student needs to know. One, where am I saving my documents? Two, how do I submit them? So now I can open and upload. I'm not going to upload because it's going to mess the student's progress. But once you upload, it will show up here. And then when I get it, it won't say incomplete or missing work. Again, the biggest issue that I'm seeing is kids get to this part right here and they don't know what to do because there is nothing up here that tells them what they need to do. But that's because the module itself told them. As they work through the module, they should have taken notes and been kind of aware of there's two things I need to do. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me.